Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to KRP Creative Physics once again here. So in this particular video we are going to learn displacement time graph problems. This is part 2 video, continuation of first part. So in first part already we discussed total theory part regarding displacement time graph. In this video, so we are going to learn so many interesting problems, numerical problems, all the different varieties of problems related to displacement time graph. And these problems are for what? IIT JEE level. So these problems for IIT JEE level. So don't skip the video, don't forward the video. That is what I want to say. So when we are going to watch this particular problems video, watch it completely. Don't skip it. So if you find any doubt, you should make me the message and put the comment in comment box. I will clarify the doubt. So many interesting problems you will find in this video here. Okay. So let's enter into the problems. Okay. This is a IIT JEE question. In one question paper I find out this one. So question is that from this displacement time graph we have to identify the corresponding velocity time graph. So that means according to this particular velocity displacement time graph, which is the correct corresponding velocity time graph. Corresponding velocity time graph we should find from this equal to this one. Okay, now we have 4 options. First of all we need to read this one. So here we are going to divide this one into 2 parts. At the midpoint, so here this is the tangent. So tangent. So what is the angle made by this particular tangent with respect to x-axis here? Angle is 0. So that means slope is 0. Here slope is 0. Slope is 0 means what here? Here velocity is 0. At the midpoint velocity is 0. Okay, now it is clear. So now we will consider this part here, left side part. So if we consider this particular left side part here, so I am going to consider this point. So tangent I am trying. So this tangent makes theta is less than 90 degrees. Okay, na? So theta is less than 90 degrees means what here? Velocity is positive. Velocity is positive. So now in the same way, here also I am doing like this here. So what it is going to make here? Theta is greater than 90 degrees here. Theta is greater than 90 degrees. Is it or not here? Theta is greater than 90 degrees means what here? This side indicating velocity is negative velocity. So at middle velocity is 0. So by this we can check that one. Okay, now first it should have positive velocity. So positive velocity and 0. At middle velocity is 0. Again velocity should be becomes negative. So it is not going to become negative. So this is wrong. Okay, now we have to verify this one. So here in the second graph also velocity is not going to become negative. Why? Because so negative on negative axis line is not there. It is also not correct. Both are wrong. And next we will consider this one here. So here in this graph, first velocity is positive, right? Velocity is positive. And next at the middle velocity is 0, right? Velocity is 0. And next velocity has to become negative, right? Exactly. Velocity is become negative axis. So this is the corresponding graph. Very simple. Understand all of you? First velocity should be positive. Velocity is positive. And next at the middle velocity is 0. Velocity is 0. Okay, velocity is 0 here. And next it should become negative. So negative. Positive, 0, negative. This is a corresponding diagram to this one. And if we check this one here, first it is negative. First it is negative. So it is wrong. So that's why option C is right. So this is the corresponding velocity time graph with respect to this displacement time graph. These kind of questions you have to remember. Okay friends, this is the second IIT JEE model question. So here, this is a graph. Don't confuse here. This is a graph. So these are the options. Identify the correct option from this for this graph. Uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, invalid graph. So these are the 4 options are given for us. So just try to read the graph here. Just I am going to consider this point, at this time. So at this time we are going to consider at this time. So this is the displacement. Okay, now at this particular time this is the displacement. So here at the same time, so this is the displacement. So here at the same time in this graph 2 displacements are given here. Is it possible? At a time can one object having at 2 different places? It is impossible. It is against the Newton laws. So At a particular time in this graph, two displacements are given. It is impossible. At a particular time only we can have only one displacement. At a particular time only we can be having in one position. At particular time we don't have two positions. So it is a invalid graph. So that is the correct answer. So in this way they are going to confuse with the different questions in IIT JEE. So that's why I am explaining all these problems by collecting from various books. Okay, try to follow this. Okay, calculation part here, most interesting, don't miss. So this is the given graph here. Find what is the question means, find the velocities at regions OA, AB, BC. So this is a graph here, displacement time graph. Here value is also given 0, 15, 20 seconds, 10 meters, 15 meters. Okay, now first we need to find the velocity at OA, from O to A. We are going to consider the velocity from O to A. So velocity at region OA, velocity at OA. So just try to observe how can we find the velocity from this graph here. First we need to find slope. If we find the slope, then we will get the answer. So we need to find the slope from O to A. This line we need to find. So we need to find the slope of OA line. Okay, na? So what is the formula here? Y-axis reading by x-axis reading. So just O to A you should observe here. First we will observe y-axis reading. Y-axis y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is the formula. Okay, na? So now velocity y2 minus y1. Sorry, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. First from O to A, just you try to observe here. So O to A. So here y-axis reading we need to observe y2. So this is y2. Y2 reading how much here? So this is y1, y2. O to A means. So y2 reading how much? 10. So y1 initial reading on y-axis how much here? 0. It starts from 0. Right. Understand? Right. x2 minus x1. So O to A. x2 means this is the final reading. We need to take the reading at A. So here 10. x2 means 10. What about x1? It is starting from 0. 0. That's it. So here what we get? 10 by 10. 1 meters per second. So this is a velocity from O to A. So from O to A, velocity is nothing but 1 meters per second. So this one is, okay friends, now we are going to find the velocity between AB. VAB, velocity at AB region. So it's very simple here. If we consider this particular line, AB line, it is parallel to time axis. It is parallel to x-axis. So here from A to B, if we observe, there is no change in displacement. So that means what here? So here displacement is not going to change. Even though we will find out here. Y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. You will understand very clearly now. So here A to B we need to consider. So this is a final reading. Y2 reading how much here? 10. Okay, na? So what about y1 reading? Y1 means A. Here also 10. 10 minus 10. So x2 minus x1. So here at B what is the time here? 15. So at A what is the time? 10. So 10 minus 10 how much here? 0. So 0 by 15 minus 10 how much here? So whatever it may be, 5. So 0 by something how much? 0. So at AB region velocity is 0. I think now everyone will understand with the help of this problem. Okay, na? So why the velocity is 0 means, so here y2 reading and y1 reading both are same. It is parallel to x-axis. There is no change in displacement. That's why velocity is 0. Very simple. And next what we need to find here? Velocity at BC. So this is the last one. So now we need to observe only from B to C. B to C. Okay, na? B to C only you should observe. Ma? So again, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. We need to find the slope. Okay, na? Y-axis reading by x-axis reading. So from B to C, if we observe at C, this is y2 reading. C, what is the y-axis reading at C here? Corresponding reading? 15. Okay, right. Now B. So what is the corresponding reading on y-axis with respect to B? 10. 15 minus 10. Okay, na? In this way we have to consider. Y-axis reading means only we have to observe on y-axis. X-axis reading the x-axis. That's it. So again, now we need to consider x-axis reading B to C. So what is the corresponding x-axis reading here? 20. So what about at B? What is the corresponding x-axis reading? 15. 20 minus 15. Okay, na? In this way we have to take the readings. So 15 minus 10, how much here? 5. 20 minus 15, how much here? 5. 5 by 5, 1. So 1 meters per second. So that is the velocity. So in this way we can find the velocity from displacement time graph. Okay friends, after the 3 problems, so I came up with the one more new question here. This is also very important model. So here this is a question here. A ball thrown vertically upward. A ball is thrown vertically upward. It comes back to the ground again. So we are throwing one ball in upward direction vertically. So again, after reaching its maximum height, again that ball is coming to downwards. So this is a situation. So for this situation, we need to draw the distance time graph and displacement time graph. Okay, now we need to plot the distance time graph and displacement time graph for the following situation. So you have one doubt now, I think, in your mind. So distance time graph, displacement time graph. Yes, some difference is there. So why? Because distance is a scalar, displacement is a vector. Okay. So if we consider distance time graph, always it is positive. So we have to only take positive axis. But if we consider displacement is a vector quantity. So it may becomes negative. You know that one very well. So when we are going to draw the displacement time graph, we have to consider the negative axis also. So that's what you should keep in your mind. Okay, na? So according to the direction, displacement time graph direction also changes. But in this one, there is no change in slope. And we are going to get the same graph. Okay. So let's see here. First of all, we will consider distance time graph. So distance time graph I am going to draw here. Distance time graph. Okay, right. So first, a ball thrown vertically upwards. So when a ball is throwing, when it is moving upwards, its speed is continuously decreases. You know that one. When it is moving upwards, speed continuously decreases. Okay, now this is what you should remember. Afterwards, at the maximum height, its speed becomes 0. Speed becomes 0 here. At the maximum height, its speed becomes 0. And again, when it is coming down here, speed is going to increases continuously. Speed is going to increases. First, its speed will decrease. Then at maximum height, speed becomes 0. And when it is returned back to the ground, its speed is going to continuously increases. So according to this one, we need to plot the graph. It is very easy. Okay, now as you know that the slope of the distance time graph gives speed. The slope of distance time graph gives speed. Okay, right. First, speed has to decrease here. Speed has to decrease. So speed is going to decrease means slope should be decreased. So in this way. Okay, right. Once you observe this one. So this is for upward motion. So in this graph, speed is going to decrease. So in my last class, I already told here. So when we get this kind of graph, it is indicating slope is decreasing here. Slope is decreasing. Right, this is completed. And here, just at this part, once you observe slope is 0. It is parallel to time axis. So this is at maximum height. It is representing maximum height. At this height, there is no distance here. Speed becomes 0 here. Okay, this is also completed. And next, remaining, when it is moving downward, continuously speed is going to increase. So speed is going to increase means graph will be like this. So this is the third part here. So during this, speed is going to increase. And here speed is going to decrease. And here speed is becomes 0 at the maximum height. So this is the graph. According to the situation. This is the distance time graph. Okay. Okay friends, let's draw the displacement time graph. So here only one difference. It is very easy compared to this one. So here the slope of distance time graph gives speed. In the same way, the slope of displacement time graph gives what here? Slope equal to velocity here. That is the difference. Slope equals to velocity. And one more thing you should remember, speed is a scalar, velocity is a vector. According to the if there is any change in direction of the motion, we need to change the direction of the line also, slope. Okay, so that's what. And first, when it is moving upwards, similarly here speed decreases. When it is moving upwards, velocity is decreases. Same. And at maximum height, velocity becomes 0. Here speed becomes 0, velocity becomes 0. So when it is moving downwards, speed increases, I said. Velocity is increases here. There is no doubt at all. Everything will be similar. But here speed, this is velocity. It is a scalar, it is a vector. So graph also going to change. Okay, right. First, so when it is moving upwards from O to A, we will consider from O to A. Right. When it is moving upwards, velocity is decreasing. So slope should also decrease. Slope is decreasing here. Okay, na? Slope is decreasing here. Just try to observe. So from here to here we have to observe. O to A. Slope is decreasing. Okay. Right. Finished. Next, velocity becomes 0. So that means it should be parallel to the x-axis. So this is at maximum height. At h max. Right. Two parts completed. And when it is moving downwards here, velocity should be continuously increases. But when it is moving downwards, first it is moving upwards, afterwards it is moving downwards. So direction is opposite. Direction is opposite. So we need to change the direction of the slope also. That's it. So this is from A to B. When the object is moving downwards, direction of the motion is changing means, so direction of the slope is also going to reverse with respect to original position. So this is when it is moving upwards. This is when it is moving downwards. Direction is changing. Direction of the slope is also changing. And it is at maximum height. So that's it. So this is regarding the slight difference between distance time graph and displacement time graph. Very simple logic you should remember. So in this one, slope gives speed. In this particular second graph, slope gives velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity. It is independent of direction. We have to draw continuously. But velocity is a vector quantity. It is dependent on direction. So when it is moving downwards, direction of the motion is changing. That's why we need to change the direction with respect to the reference point. Okay, I hope that everyone will understand here. Okay, na? And one more thing you should keep in your mind here. Here just very simple amount. So speed is decreasing means slope is decreasing. Speed is 0 means slope is 0. Slope is 0. Parallel. And speed is increasing means slope should be increasing. That's it. So that is the logic. Speed equal to slope. Velocity equal to slope. According to that one, according to how it is going to change, in that way we need to change the slope. Then we will get the answer. That is the logic. Okay, na? Right. So after the completion of this particular problem, we are going to learn last numerical problem related to displacement time graph. So let's see that problem. Very, very interesting problem. Okay. Okay, friends. This is the last question related to displacement time graph. So this is numerical problem. Just try to concentrate here. From this graph, find the velocity at three regions. From O to A to B, B to C. This is a graph. We need to find the velocity. Velocity means what we need to find? Slope. Simple. The slope of displacement time graph gives velocity. So we need to find the slope from O to A and A to B and B to C. Very simple. Then we'll get the velocity. First we'll consider velocity from O to A. Slope equals to, what is the principle here? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Only we should consider from O to A. O to A only we need to consider. So first I am going to substitute the values. How to take the values? Listen with concentration. So from O to A we have to consider y2. Y2 means y-axis reading, final reading. O to A, this is the final reading. So A corresponding reading what here? 10. Right. Then we should come to O. So what is the corresponding reading of O here? 0. So this is 0. 10 minus 0. Like this we have to take the readings. Observe it carefully. Next we need to consider x-axis reading. x2 minus x1. So here O to A. So with respect to A, corresponding x-axis reading what? 5. x2 means 5. Right. What about x1 here? x1 is 0 obviously. Right. 10 by 5. How much here? 2. Okay, now 5 to the 10. So 2 meters per second. So that is the velocity at region O to A. So this is 2 meters per second velocity. This is completed. Next, we need to consider B. We will consider here. So velocity at region AB. For this one, don't need to solve the problem. Already in previous problem I explained. So just you observe here A to B. It is straight line parallel to x-axis. So that means there is no change in y-axis reading. 10 minus 10. How much here? 0. 0 by something how much? 0. So that means velocity between AB is, so here what we get here? Slope equal to 0. Slope equal to 0 means velocity between AB region is 0. Speed is velocity is 0. That's it. Already I told that one. Whenever in case of displacement time graph, if we got the straight line parallel to the time axis or x-axis, so here slope is 0. When slope is 0 means directly you can write velocity is 0. No need to calculate anything. Okay. Right. Next C. So here C means what? Region what? Velocity from B to C. This is the region. This is important. Try to observe. Right. So here in this region, during this B to C region, velocity becomes negative. You should observe here this angle. So angle is more than 90 degrees now. So angle is greater than 90 degrees. So that's why. So velocity in this region, velocity becomes first negative. It is negative velocity. So here less than 90 degrees here, nothing is there. So when the graph is like this, it will be positive. In this way, it is negative. Simply we can say that one. So here theta is less than 90 degrees. So this is total positive velocity. So here it is greater than 90 degrees means it is negative velocity. You should keep in your mind. Right. Symbol is negative. Velocity means we need to consider the direction. That's why I am saying. So velocity from B to C we need to consider. Okay, na? Slope again. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So that means difference in y-axis reading by difference in x-axis reading. You have in mathematics. So now velocity between B to C minus here. Right. So B to C we need to consider. So C is the final reading. So what is the corresponding reading on C here? Just try to observe. Y-axis reading 0 minus. So next B. So this is the initial reading. B corresponding reading how much here? 10. Right. Okay, na? Right. So now we need to consider x-axis reading here. So x-axis reading we need to consider. First B to C means C is the final reading 15. Right. So at B what is the corresponding x-axis reading? 10. 15 minus 10. Okay. 0 minus 10 minus 10. What is the denominator part here? 15 minus 10 how much here? 5. 5 on the 5 to the. Okay, now we got negative value, isn't it or not? BC equals to minus 2 meters per second. Okay, now all of you understand why we got negative value here? It is angle. The angle made with x-axis with respect to slope is more than 90 degrees. Whenever the angle between the slope and x-axis becomes more than 90 degrees, it becomes negative. If it is less than 90 degrees, it is positive. It is also proved here. Practically it is proved with this particular problem. Okay, na? So in these are the total numerical problems regarding displacement time graph. Every problem is important. Every problem is different from other problems. So once again, I am reminding everyone that watch the complete video. Then only you can understand everything. These particular videos are very important. So in this video, I explained all the numerical problems related to displacement and time graph. Thank you everyone. Take care of your health. Bye.